Today we're going to talk about an issue that comes up many times with, unfortunately, with tragic accidents, and that is a healthcare power of attorney, also referred to as a medical surrogacy. What that is something Dr. Malone is going to talk to us about, but it's important since once something bad happens to somebody, especially if it's a tragic accident, the stress on the family members is so much that to then mount them with the extra stress of having to make crucial medical decisions sometimes is too much. So Dr. Malone is here today to talk to us about what is a healthcare proxy or healthcare power of attorney or medical surrogate. Dr. Malone, could you talk to us about that?
Sure. So a healthcare power of attorney is someone who will make medical decisions on your behalf in the event that you're unable to make your own decisions, either because you're incapacitated, you're acutely ill, any number of issues. The important thing to know about the healthcare power of attorney is that it does not need to be your next of kin, it does not need to be your spouse, it doesn't need to be one of your children. It can be anybody who you trust to take action based on what your wishes would have been. As Joe had referred to earlier, sometimes there's a lot of stress involved with acute illness, especially in the hospital setting, and saddling your family not necessarily with the decision, but with having to come up with one cohesive decision can sometimes be difficult. So having someone you trust, such as a lifelong friend, someone from your church, even your own legal counsel, many times can help remove that responsibility from the family, and then also ensure the family that that power of attorney is acting on your behalf with your most recently stated wishes.
Great. That it sounds like a valuable thing for family members. I've had, unfortunately, the opportunity to visit with families in hospitals while their loved ones were in ICU, and the stress is incredible because you go from having a normal family life to all of a sudden this person that you thought was healthy and okay, they're all of a sudden on death's door, and to then saddle that person with all these medical decisions and legal decisions they're having to make are sometimes incredible and devastating to a family that's already devastated enough. So I would urge everybody, if you're thinking about it, to do it. Do your advance directive, do your medical surrogacy or healthcare proxy, healthcare power of attorney, so that you can relieve family members of that during that kind of situation, of that responsibility.
And one last add to that, Joe, is as an individual, you do not need to select someone to be your healthcare power of attorney who has medical background or has any medical know-how. Again, just someone who would act consistent with your wishes, someone who you trust to act on what your discussions were with them. Anecdotally, I've seen in the hospital setting, I've seen family members come in and they're actually surprised to find out that the patient's neighbor was their healthcare surrogate, but the family understood that there was a relationship between, say, that neighbor and their loved one, and there's a level of trust that they had to respect.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Malone.